welcome to Shootin' the Breeze. My name is Tonya Kappes, and I am a cozy mystery author who is excited to bring you a fun podcast where we answer reader questions and bring you amazing interviews from your favorite cozy mystery authors. Come, hang out, and let's just shoot the breeze. Hi, and welcome back to Shootin' the Breeze. My name is Tonya Kappes, and I am so excited today to have Twisty Tales and cozy crime author Phillipa Nefri Clark. Welcome.
Hi.
I'm so glad you guys. She is here she's from Australia. We'll read her bio in a second, but it's beautiful. It's daylight where she's at. You can see a snip of that in her window there, but in my window, it's dark out because it is the 29th of November at 5:30. No, it's the 28th of November. See, I'm getting all confused. The 28th of November at 5:30 Eastern time, and it is 9:30 on the 29th of November in Australia, where Phillipa. See, I'm going to get your name wrong. It's that it's Phillipa. So Phillipa. So anyways, you guys, I told her, I said at the beginning of this interview, my accent, her accent, I'm going to get it all muddled up somehow. But she's been gracious enough to be with us today, and we just want to welcome you. So welcome. So let's read a little bit about Phillipa. Phillipa is a USA Today best-selling author who lives outside a beautiful town in country Victoria, Australia. She also lives in the many worlds of her imagination and stockpile stories beside her laptop. She writes from the heart about love, dreams, secrets, discovery, the sea, and the world as she knows it, or wishes it could be. She loves happy ending, heart-pounding suspense, and characters who stay with you long after the final page. With a passion for music, the ocean, nature, reading, and writing, she's often found in the vegetable garden pondering a new story. So, wow, a vegetable garden. So you have a vegetable garden at home.
Yeah, we're on 5 acres. So we live out in the country, and I've got a lovely area with all raised garden beds and a greenhouse.
Oh, wow. So you, during your cold months, can continue to garden in the greenhouse.
Yeah.
And what's your favorite vegetable that you grow?
Oh, well, the one that seems to grow the best is what you guys would call beets. We call them beetroot.
Oh, yum. Beets are so good for you.
Yeah.
I love that. No animals, we call them critters here. And no animals try to get into your garden, or do you have some?
Oh, yeah. They do, but these are all raised up, so they're a bit higher, and I have them meshed most of the year. So only the bees can get in and out to pollinate.
Well, I love that. And we love bees. Bees are something that we definitely need. But we're here to talk about A Time of Daff. Actually, look at that cover. I know my readers will love that cover because it's a camper cover. I write a camper series. And so this is why don't we go ahead and let you tell about it. I'm going to actually read the actual blurb of this book in the Twisty Tales and Cozy Crime giveaway, which is free. So you guys want to click below to be taken to that page in the show notes. So this is A Time of Daff. Daphne Jones loves a romance, and nothing makes her heart happier more than officiating a wedding. A remote park in the valley in the majestic Otway ranges in the perfect setting for her clients to say I do. And even better is the prospect of spending the first night ever camping in their new caravan with her husband, John. But not everyone is there to celebrate with the newlyweds. After an unpleasant altercation during the reception, someone is found dead in the campground where all the guests are staying, and John is the prime suspect. Determined to prove his innocence and alarmed that the real killer is still out there, Daphne grabs her notebook and begins her own investigation. But the killer is among them, following her suspect is about to land her in a whole lot of trouble. That sounds awesome. So let's talk about Daphne. So let's talk about the
Okay.
series itself. So tell us about the series and how, I mean, she is a wedding officiant. Is that correct?
She is, yeah. So weddings, funerals, naming ceremonies, she does the lot. Here in Australia, we call officiants celebrants, but I believe that's not widely understood. So she's an officiant. And Daphne's really one of my favourite all-time characters that I've written, and she has appeared in 10 of my books across 3 series.
Ooh, I love that.
She,
And readers love that
yeah,
cross promotion. So we need to make sure you, we also add that into the show notes too, all the series that she can be found in, for sure.
yeah. Well, she appeared in my very, very first book that I published back in 2017, called The Station Master's Cottage, which is more a romantic women's fiction book, but she was my comic relief character. So at those very serious moments, she would say or do something that would lighten things up. And she has a heart of gold, and she always wants the best for people. Plus, she's quite nosy. So over time, she was in all of the series from that book. And then she decided she wanted to become a wedding officiant. She and her husband were retiring. They own a real estate agency in a small town. And this is about this particular book is a prequel to the Daphne Jones mysteries. And it's the first time that Daphne and John go away in Bluebell, who is their camper.
I love that.
So I know. So they go away for the very first night, and it's so that she can officiate a wedding. And it is in a mountain range, and it's very isolated, which means when something bad happens, it's quite hard to get the police there fast enough. So that's been quite fun. But
So,
she's just a very sorry, I was just going to say she's a very ordinary person, and she and her husband John were high school sweethearts. They've been married for a long time, and they are devoted to each other.
I love that. What I love is that she, like in most of the cozy mystery sleuths, are, have different jobs. Most of them are the librarian, the baker, and I love that you're thinking outside the box, which is a great. I thought that she is an officiant, a celebrant, and I've never heard of a naming ceremony, so I don't know what that is, but you've got to tell me what's a naming ceremony.
Well, I suppose it's not dissimilar to a baptism, but just when you want someone there, more at a civil ceremony or a celebration where people are getting together and away from the church side, because she's obviously not she's not performing anything in a church. She's doing the civil side of
Yeah.
things. So anytime someone needs special words spoken, Daphne Jones is your woman.
I love that. And I also love that the camper has got the name of Bluebell. And
Uh-huh.
do they travel in the camper, or what does the series look like?
Yeah, the series looks like John and Daphne traveling from small town to small town, and that's what her job is. She's now she has a website. She's very proud of her website. She's up with the modern times, and so she takes bookings, and she will go and perform a wedding ceremony or attend a funeral to say goodbyes. And so she's always in a new town, which is a little different again from many cozies that are set in one town. I have another cozy series that's in one town. But this one, the community is John and Daphne and Bluebell. And they then make friends in those towns and obviously solve crimes. and it's all based in regional Victoria, which is where I live, so in Australia. So they're Australian cozies, and they're in Australian English, so some of the words are a little bit different. But
Okay.
I think they're just very heartfelt, fun, light stories.
I love that. Because a lot of how many books are in this series? There's 3 so far.
There's 3 main books. There's Time of Daff, and there's another prequel which is called Daff on the Beach.
Okay.
And then I'm just about to start writing the 4th main book.
I love that. And I love the fact that you also have done, like you said, different cozy, and you're taking it to different towns. I think that I know, because a lot of cozy mystery authors, myself included, we're all set in the same town, and people are like, how many more murders could be in this town? They're like, well, that's what cozy mysteries do, and like, I don't know, like Midsummer Murder, how many more times can somebody die in that town, on the TV show?
Exactly.
But I love the fact that you are moving them from town to town. Not only, probably, I would say that you're giving a little insight to your area around where you live in the books.
Yes.
Do you travel yourself when you're writing the series and get little bits and pieces, or have you traveled well already?
Yeah. My husband and I used to show some Bernard dogs, and we did a lot of traveling to dog shows. So I'm very familiar with a lot of the Victorian small towns. But having said that, I just did a library talk at a small town called Benalla, and they love the Daphne books because they love seeing a small town similar to theirs. And they've talked me into setting my next book in their town.
Oh, that is fabulous. I love that. So the 4th book is actually going to be set. And I know it starts with a B, but I won't be able to pronounce it right. Can you say it again?
Benalla.
Benalla.
Benalla. Yeah. So
my southern hick accent will destroy it.
No, you're fine. Your beautiful accent. I love it.
Your accent's beautiful. That is so exciting. So did you tell them that they have to have you back? And
they want to do the book launch there.
Oh, good for you. I think that is so cool. And then you'll have to throw it all over social media so everybody can follow you there and watch it there. That is so cool. One more question. Do you camp? Do you own a camper, or have you ever traveled in a camper?
I love them. We own a small business. We have a pet supplies store in our local town. So we're kind of caught here for a while, but it's on the cards, and we have done a lot of tent camping. So we've gone to a lot of camping grounds, but just not in a camper or what we call a caravan here.
Right.
So, but that's one of my dreams.
Oh, that's great. I love it. I highly recommend it if you can do it. I mean, we raised 4 boys, so we know all about tent camping, but we love camper camping. So it's more glamping, I guess I'd say. But you do get to meet so many people when you travel around, and so many interesting people to put in your awesome book and your awesome series. And I just love that. I love it. Why don't you tell the readers where we can stalk you, which will also go in our show notes?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm fairly readily available on social media. I'm on Facebook. I am on Twitter, not very much on Twitter. TikTok, I've got a fairly young account. Instagram, I've got a website. That's usually that and Facebook are the best places. So my website is just www.phillipaclark.com, nice and easy. And with Facebook, I've also got an author page and a reader page. So just Phillipa Nefri Clark.
Oh, okay, good. And is there anything that you'd like to say to the readers?
If you'd love to come on a journey with me to Australia, then I would love, 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 love to introduce you to not only Daphne and John, but also the environment that I live in and I love to bits. And sometimes you might get a glimpse of a kangaroo or a wombat.
Oh, I love that. I love that. Well, Philippa, thank you so much for being here. And we're just so happy that, that I'm working with you in Twisty Tales and bringing readers to all these fun, cozy mysteries. So you guys be sure that you pick up A Time of Daff by clicking on the link in the show notes. And we definitely want to follow her everywhere. She has a lot of fun stuff going on, it seems like. And we just want to thank you again for being here and just being part of our cozy community. Thanks so
Thank you
much.
so much, Tonya.
You're welcome.
Bye.
What a fun interview. I would love to thank today's guest for sharing with us their edition in the Twisty Tales and Cozy Crime Prolific Works giveaway, year-long giveaway. So be sure to grab this episode's book for free, and you can do that by going to the show notes and grabbing that link. And also, don't forget to be sure that you follow and stalk this week's Spotlight author. Thank you so much, and we will see you next week on Shooting the Breeze.